Super excited to have the honor of spending the next little more than 15 or so minutes with y'all. And been asked to read some poems. This is great. This is going to be a deep dive, poetry reading. So, this is a poem called Hieroglyphic Stairway. It's 3:23 in the morning, and I'm awake because my great-great-grandchildren won't let me sleep. My great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, what did you do while the planet was plundered? What did you do when the earth was unraveling? Surely you did something when the seasons started failing, as the mammals, reptiles, birds were all dying. Did you fill the streets with protest when democracy was stolen? What did you do once you knew? I'm riding home on the Colma train. I've got the voice of the Milky Way in my dreams. I have teams of scientists feeding me data daily and pleading I immediately turn it into poetry. I feel like y'all didn't hear me. I said I have teams of scientists feeding me data daily and pleading I immediately turn it into poetry. I want just this consciousness reached by people in range of secret frequencies contained in my speech. I am the desirous earth, equidistant to the underworld and the flesh of the stars. I am everything already lost. The moment the universe turns transparent and all the light shoots through the cosmos, I use words to instigate silence. I'm a hieroglyphic stairway in a buried Mayan city suddenly exposed by a hurricane, a satellite circling Earth finding dinosaur bones in the Gobi Desert. I am telescopes that see back in time. I'm the precession of the equinoxes, the magnetism of the spiraling sea. I'm riding home on the Colma train with the voice of the Milky Way in my dreams. I am myths where violets blossom from blood like dying and rising gods. I'm the boundary of time, soul encountering soul and tongues of fire. It's 3:23 in the morning, and I can't sleep because my great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, what did you do while the earth was unraveling? I want just this consciousness reached. I want just this consciousness reached by people in range of secret frequencies contained in my speech. Thank you. All right. Go off the mic. All right, here's a protest poem. The total thrust is global justice. The total thrust is global justice, so we gotta fix the politics and put a check upon its economics, or before you know it, a warrior poet may try to upend the corporate agenda that's got them blind to the real bottom line. It's intense when you sense the only interests on the docket are fat cats with Republicrats in their pocket. It's crooked now, just look at how the pundits are funded. They're devious at CBS, and yes, they'll choose the news that fits the script unless I play tricks on the matrix. In case you can't guess yet, I'm not to be messed with. The folks know my art form comes straight from the heart form, a lyrical storm that departs from the norm and transforms as I'm given rhymes for the minds and the times that we live in. I can't hang with the anguish, and I don't want my language to languish, because there ain't nothing like Drew's hip-hop haikus I got a mandate to disturb the urban landscape. I got a mandate to disturb the urban landscape. We got tyrannies right here in these states, and you never know when they'll go. Right back to some tactics like COINTELPRO. If we could see through the lies to see how they brutalize and get cops to beat speech in the streets and guard sweatshops, I'm ending these industries. I'm ending these industries. Please, can we factor the effect of the trajectory? This whole place is racist and sexist from North Dakota down to Texas. With the 21st century's youth in penitentiaries. And the night never seemed this dark. But now half of the stars are behind prison bars. Oh, say, can you see? But if we can dream a new day, it may be. You had to know the baddest bro with the fattest flow would shake up the status quo with my adjectives and adverbs and ad-libs. And like Gandhi, protest is my modus operandi. It's like Malcolm and Martin's evolution with art and revolution, because the total thrust is global justice. All right, people. So, quite an honor to be here. Lovely to be with you all at the Purpose Summit. I think it's so important that we ask this question. We just celebrated the 103rd birthday of my mentor, Thomas Berry, who was a teacher and mentor of mine for 20 years. Thomas Berry is an ecological, cosmological, environmental writer and thinker. And he said, it's clear, and it's spelled B-E-R-R-Y if you don't know of Thomas Berry's work and you want to look into it. But Berry said it's clear that we have to reinvent what it means to be human on the planet. And that's why I think this Purpose Summit is so important. We have to reinvent what it means to be human on this planet. Reinvent it towards social justice, reinvent it toward community, reinvent it towards reverence and respect, siblinghood, dignity for all beings. All right, let me keep reading the poems. Here's a poem, here's a newish one. I'm still calling it new. Here's one called We Make Music. We exist amidst the scattered shards of shattered stars. We exist amidst the scattered shards of shattered stars, and we make music. We rock on this rock. We flow on this globe. We go from Muddy to Buddy, from Janice to Alanis, from Charlie Parker to Ali Farker, from Artie Shaw to Mardi Gras. From Madonna to Rihanna, from Raga to Gaga, from Ode to Joy to Soulja Boy. The earth was once lava and now sings opera. Our home is a poem. The planet is a sonnet. We exist amidst the scattered shards of shattered stars, and we make music. Y'all are kind. Here's a little prose poem that's called The Heart and the World. The Heart and the World. The heart is a begging bowl. The world is a luminous coyote. The heart, a mad genius. The world, a standing wave. The world is a goddess of energy. The heart is a monolith on the moon. The heart is aquatic. The world is promiscuous. The heart is a problematic documentarian. The world is a God-drunk flood of physics. The world is an echo. The heart, a child soldier. The heart is a burning bush. Thank you. You don't have to clap. You don't have to clap. That's fine. We'll carry on. Thank you so much. This one's called Planetize the Movement. We are standing on a planet that is shooting through space, and it's time we started acting like it. We are standing on a planet that is shooting through space, and it's time we started acting like it. Imagine nations with freed imaginations. It's time for she who sees the way to seize the day, seize the hour, seize the levers of power, and be the change. We need all of us to face all of the past and move past it. I ain't gonna study war no more, except in history classes. Globalize liberation, planetize the movement. You can't stop the Earth's revolution. But the snafu was the half who would settle for half-truth. I said the snafu was the half who would settle for half-truth, so I'm at it again with a pad and a pen. Some things deserve to dissolve, and the last shall be first, and vice versa. You are floating on a planet. Act accordingly. Cryosphere melting, 10 trillion tears to a vanishing planet. Earth, dream blossom of the cosmos, silent universe speaking in species. Every cell is intelligent. Every cell is intelligent. Cultivate bioluminescence. The breath is the bridge. Imagine nations with freed imaginations. We are standing on a planet that is shooting through space, and it's time we started acting like it. Globalize liberation, planetize the movement. You can't stop the Earth's revolution. So the way that I say it, my project is called Planetize the Movement. And the mission, if you will, is that we need to build a movement or continue strengthening these movements that connect ecology, social justice, and cosmology, or worldview. And we need to build these movements using the power of dream, the power of story, the power of art, and the power of action. So I think that really resonates with a lot of what we've been hearing today, but I'll just say it one more time. We need to build a movement that connects ecology, social justice, and cosmology, or worldview, using the power of dream, the power of story, the power of art, and the power of action. So there's a couple more poems, the time that I have left. I do have some books for sale over here, and I'm happy to sign books or just say hi to anybody that wants to chat after the thing. This is my book here, Love Letter to the Milky Way. This is called Hymn to the Sacred Body of the Universe. It makes an awesome holiday gift, too. I don't know if I mentioned that. Let's meet at the confluence where you flow into me and one breath swirls between our lungs. Let's meet at the confluence where you flow into me and one breath swirls between our lungs for one instant to dwell in the presence of the galaxies, for one instant to live in the truth of the heart. The poet says this entire traveling cosmos is the secret one, slowly growing a body. Two eagles are mating, clasping each other's claws and turning cartwheels in the sky. Grasses are blooming, grandfathers dying, consciousness blinking on and off. All of this is happening at once. All of this vibrating into existence out of nothingness. Every particle foaming into existence, transcribing the ineffable. Every particle foaming into existence, transcribing the ineffable. Arising and passing away. Arising and passing away. 23 trillion times per second. When Buddha saw that, he smiled. 16 million tons of rain are falling every second on the planet. An ocean perpetually falling, and every drop is your body. Every motion, every feather, every thought is your body. Time is your body. And the infinite, curled inside like invisible rainbows folded into light. Every word of every tongue is love, telling a story to her own ears. Let our lives be incense, burning like a hymn to the sacred body of the universe. My religion is rain. My religion is stone. My religion reveals itself to me in sweaty epiphanies. Every leaf, every river, every animal, your body, every creature trapped in the gears of corporate nightmares, every species made extinct was once your body. 10 million people are dreaming that they're flying. Junipers and violets are blossoming, stars exploding and being born. God is having deja vu. I am one elaborate crush. We cry petals as the void is singing. You are the dark that holds the stars in intimate distance, that spun the whirling world into existence. Let's meet at the confluence where you flow into me and one breath swirls between our lungs. Thank y'all so much. Got time to squeeze in just one last short one. This is, do you want to hear the love poem or the poem about Rumi? Okay. Got to buy the book if you want both. No, I would be happy to do it if I had slightly more time. Yeah, this is called Rumi, so figured we got some Rumi heads in here. Rumi, the first whirling saint of poetry, spinning like a galaxy, weaving constellations of words like blazing stars, numinous moons, planets with gardens blossoming, and oceans floating in space. Rumi, the first whirling saint of poetry, traversing the geography of divine desire with longing stronger than the undertow of history. This presence is mysterious, like the silhouette of music, the circumference of a dream. When Rumi met Shams, the clouds couldn't keep quiet. They cried at the question that knocked Rumi down. They floated more slowly, hoping to hear whispers from their mystical conversations. Rumi, sending words like flaming arrows to penetrate hearts cold as that December night when Shams was called to the back door, never to be seen again. Rumi bathed in sacred graces. Rumi bathed in sacred graces like the wind that fills the flute with notes of longing. I saw Rumi spinning verses in the early morning hours, one arm wrapped around the pillar, his free hand tracing outlines of angels in the air, songs with the power to intoxicate prophets, longing for the beloved whose absence fills the world. Invisible odes built of breath, like God could kiss your lips and transmit words that ride on waves of how it feels when you're together. Thank y'all so much. Thanks for having me. Thank y'all. Thanks to the Purpose Summit. Thanks to Emmanuel and everybody.